Now, okay, so I think both are actually reasonable shots, okay, but it just shows when you're swinging it well, you can kind of get away with a bad movement just because the fact you're swinging the club over. That was your backswing there. Arm is probably at kind of 10 o'clock on a clock face. I want to see that left arm a little bit higher up there, okay? As you go back here now, there's more your left arm. You turned this shoulder now has got behind the golf ball, okay? Now when you move to the golf ball, at impact there, that's pretty much impact. Your hands, there's the middle of your hands, just in front. There's your head, just behind. So you're able to sort of release your body and hit that thing kind of up over your left shoulder, release it through into a nice balanced position here now. Whereas this one, if you haven't gone back so far as you come back to it, you're almost sort of popping up to try and stay back and then kind of find a good spot, which in this case you did, hence why you hit a reasonable shot, but it's relying on just too much timing by you rather than you actually being, okay, here's a good starting position, here's a good backswing position, here's a good shift, here's a good release and hit impact, yeah? As opposed to, I haven't quite turned as much, I'm a bit ahead of it, I'll pop back a little bit to get in a good spot and then hit it, yeah? Which you can do, and that's what I'm saying, the better you get, you'll see these guys saying, he saved that one or he recovered it well. He's basically made an awful swing and managed to manipulate the club at impact to hit a good shot. Now, yes, fine, if you do that every now and then, no problem at all, but that doesn't want to become your stock way of playing golf, does it? You don't want your swing to be, and I think with the 8-9s on wedges, you get away with it because a shorter backswing, if you only go back to as far as you're on this one here now, with an 8 or a 9-9, that's all right. And I think we discussed this a little bit last time, and you'll probably be guilty of this, as you said. When you practice, if you hit a lot of shots, and it's not saying, you're unfit or you're not strong enough, but if you hit a lot of shots in a short space of time, fatigue to some extent will kick in and you're going to get quicker because the shots are going to get quicker. They're not going to be as good. You're almost going to rush the shots more. You'll get quicker and shorter and faster and quicker and shorter. It's just a vicious circle. And then you'll find you hit some shots then getting worse and worse and worse. And you sort of rush to try and get some good shots back in, yeah? So making sure when you do practice, you get into that sort of mindset of have 10 or 15 shots warm up, have 15, 20 shots towards target with particular clubs, 5 with this, 5 with that, 5 with the next one, and then go to some shots like on a golf course like this, hitting some shots, hit 10, check the numbers, sit down, have a tea, have a coffee, have a chill, whatever, go on your phone, come back at 10 more, yeah, on a different hole. Try and set yourself up a target, and I think I would start using that a bit more, mate. If it's, I maybe because of my own bias towards my own one, but I think you can get on the golf course with that, especially the distance you at the golf ball. If you know you've got a club in your bag, you can pretty much 9 times out of 10 chop it down there 200 plus yards. Yeah, that's a godsend, isn't it? Yeah, you got a narrow par 4, it's like 380, but the fairway's about 20 yards wide. Got this. Yeah. You're trying to drive it down there down a smarty tube, it's going to be tough. And what you're going to lose by being 20, 30 yards back, nothing. If it guarantees more often not in the fairway, happy days. So make sure that backswing is completed. It just helps with the right shoulder getting back behind you. It means your left shoulder gets behind the ball more rather than you trying to get your left shoulder behind the ball and then not turning. Yeah, because then if you don't turn, you can get ahead of it, you're going to be stuck. You then got to just manipulate your hands by rolling or popping or doing something, which you can do. You will do it occasionally, but it's just too risky a way of playing golf, okay? Some shots will be really good, some shots will be like, ugh. Like I said, the first 20 shots you're at with your 8 iron, your 9 and your 7 were some of the best positions I've seen your swing in terms of the angles, the line, everything else. Just the backswing was probably on the edge of being short. Yeah. Then as you went to the next threshold in terms of your club, it became noticeable. Yeah. Then you got a few spray ones, okay? And that's the problem. If your irons are great and your long game is not quite where it needs to be, that's when you let you down. And I think with a driver, you probably just turn better because it's a longer club, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
I think it's just the hybrid in the club. Maybe where you're like, I'm not so confident with this club. Yeah. As I say, reasons why you won't turn. Stiff, cold, haven't warmed up, lacking confidence, pressure, just hit a bad shot. All those reasons could be why we don't turn. And if we don't get that full backswing, now it's like, rush it quick. That's a problem, yeah? Okay, mate?
Yeah, spot on.